Now we are going to start with the post likes feature. Here you'll learn how to add a like to a post, remove a like, and display the total likes count under each post. In our app, each like is associated with both a user and a post, allowing a user to like multiple posts and a post to be liked by multiple users. This setup creates a many-to-many relationship through the like entity, which serves as a bridge between user and post. We are going to define and manage both the like post and the like user relationships to make sure that each post can display the like count, and also if you want to show like all the posts that were liked by a user, you can do that as well. Let us go to Visual Studio and we are going to create a new table. For that, in the Solution Explorer, I'll just go to Data, and then in Models, I'm going to create a new model. So class, and I'm going to name it like. The like is going to be public. It's going to have an ID, public int ID, which is going to be the primary key for the likes table. And then down here, we are going to define that the like is going to belong to a post and also to a user. So for that, I'm just going to type in here public int post ID and also the user ID, public int user ID, and then get set. Now down here, I'm going to also define the navigation properties, because if I want to, for example, load a post and then all the likes for the post, and for each like I want to also get the user details, that is possible by using the navigation properties. Down here, I just define public post, and then public user, and then get set. Now, since this is going to be a joining entity between the post and user, we need to go and modify post and also the user entities. Now let us go to post, go to definition, and then down here, I'm just going to define in here that a post can have multiple likes. So it can have a collection of like. Let me just name it likes, get set, and we're going to initialize it with just an empty list. Let us do the same for the user. Just right click in here, then go to definition. And down here, the same way, I'm just going to write that a user can have multiple likes. So collection like, then likes, get set, and then just initialize it to be an empty array. Now you can either initialize those properties in here, or you can just create a constructor and then initialize them inside the constructor, but I do find this kind of code cleaner, so I'm just going to use them this way. Now, as we have said before, if you want, you can now just go to the Solution Explorer and then go in here to AppDB context and manually define the relationship in here. And for that, you would have to type in here that you want to add a configuration for the like model or the like entity, which has a post ID and user ID. And then down here, you define the relationship of like with the post and also the user. And then down here at the end, we just need to add base. So we need to pass this now to base on model creating and then model builder. So this way you basically just override the onModelCreating method from the base class. You add whatever you want to add in here, and then you pass all this information to the base class. So we added the configuration. For us to be able to add this now to the database, we need to create another public DB set, which is going to represent a table in the database. And what this means is that we're going to create a table named likes using the like model. Now, if you want to modify like the default naming, you can always write code inside the onModel creating. For example, change name of likes. And then just type in here that for the entity like, I want to use another table name, and the name in here is going to be ignored. But I just do like to use the default settings. So I'm just going to use the default one in here as well. I'm going to remove that code. Now to add the changes to the database, then I'll just go to the package manager console and then here type add migration. Then the name is going to be edit like entity. This did create the migration file. Now let me just type in here update database and then press enter. Now here we see that we get an error which says that on table likes, you might have cycles or multiple cascade paths. What this means is that SQL Server has detected a setup where both user and post tables could try to automatically delete records in the likes table. And this is considered a risk because having two different paths automatically delete records from the same table could create unpredictable outcomes or even endless loops in certain scenarios. In our case, we have the post table, user table, and like table. Now, if a user is deleted, their associated likes are automatically deleted. If a post is deleted, all the likes on that post are also deleted. Now, say we delete a user who has liked several posts. Because of the cascading deletes, the SQL Server would start deleting records in likes. But if one of those posts has likes from multiple users, SQL Server might need to delete other related records as well. So as you can see, with multiple cascade paths, the SQL Server could enter a cycle. For example, you delete a user, which triggers deletion of likes, which then triggers deletion of an associated post, which could then lead to deleting more likes connected to the other users, and so on. This can create a chain reaction where the SQL Server is unsure where the deletion should end, and to avoid this kind of unpredictable deletion cycle, SQL Server enforces a rule that you can only have one automatic delete path leading to the same table. So to fix this issue, since the SQL Server allows us only one automatic delete path, we just need to go to the AppDB context. Let's say when the user wants to delete a post, we want to also delete the likes. So on delete, the delete behavior is going to be dot cascade, and for the user, dot on delete, and then delete behavior dot restrict. Now here, let us first remove the migration. So remove migration. Let us add the migration one more time. And now let us also update the database. We can see now that everything worked as expected, and I can just go to the Server Explorer, refresh the tables, and here we have the likes table as well. And here I did add the ID as well, just to show you that you can also add an ID, even though this is a joining table, and in here just post ID and user ID are just enough.